I got a little cloudy here today, muggy. Gonna be hot, I guess. Weather's back. I don't really give a shit. I got my big ass old fan here in case I get a little hot. Yeah, don't worry about it at all. Fan's 4 feet tall. Let me let you listen to it for a second. It's a beauty. Yeah, if I was married, I'd have a table fan. Some little bullshit that was color coordinated with a bunch of overpriced junk furniture that Daisy couldn't sleep on. That's why I'm single now. For shit like this. Hey, Rob. Good morning. Good morning, Stephanie. Yeah, it's got a hot, muggy day today. I don't give a fuck. College starts today in University of Georgia. I will tell you this, I go up there all the time. You're never going to run into, like, if you ever wanted kids, nicer kids than I'm running when I'm there. They're always so polite and nice, and they're studying. They don't have purple hair and metal in their face. Just nice kids. Hey, Mark. Good morning, Stephanie. Yeah, I've been just, like, fucking around here. I've been getting, of course it rains down here a lot. Did you guys see that beautiful rattlesnake that I got a video of? I bet y'all never get video that good again. I got so lucky to get that. That rattlesnake right there. Now, Marty, he's from here. He said that's the biggest timber rattler he's ever seen. That's about the size of them. They're not like huge, but, they're good sized. But that baby right there, if that bit me, a guy my age, where I'm at, by the time an ambulance got here and by the time it took me to the closest hospital about 20 miles away, I bet I wouldn't make it. Their venom is 50 times more potent than a copperhead. No shit. But, I'll tell you, this is crazy. It's just like owning a pit bull. They're like licking your face and wanting you to throw a ball, and you can see what those damn things do if they want to. And it gives you like a dopamine release. Like when I saw that rattler, I know better than to go close to those things. 90% of the people that get bit are trying to kill them. They strike 20 feet per second. There's no way you're jerking out of the way. And I just kind of got like an excited feeling when I saw it, to just think that something there could kill your ass. Hey, Larry. It could just kill your ass with a bite. I'm all for like venomous snakes. Here's another thing I thought. I was going to get some Texas Longhorn cattle, and here's why I didn't. 40,000 for fencing that you never get back unless you sell the place. I'm never going to sell the place. I'm just going to die here. So scratch that. But I don't really care, right? When you're dead, who cares? So I'm not going to do it. And you got to get their hoofs trimmed. Much as I wanted to like bring back the original gene pool, when you add up all the pluses and all the negatives, I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm getting into the big time beekeeping business. Big time. I'm not shitting you. Watch and see. I mean, like a real operation, high lows and all that shit. Yes, oh yeah, the birds get crazy feed around here. $250 a week in bird feed, and 600 a month in chicken for the vultures. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm all for these snakes too. They've killed so many of these goddamn things that they're endangered in some places. It's still against the law to kill a venomous snake down here. If you're a, if you're a, this is the way I look at it. Tell you the truth, like I'm not like a wacko eco fucking Washington environmentalist. No business, no jet airplanes, none of that shit. But I am sympathetic to like conservation. I don't hunt. I wouldn't enjoy it. That's why I don't. I think it's legal to do. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you can like fuck these people over. So like, I just ordered a hook to get, if I see these snakes, I'm going to transport them to another place. These venomous snakes where I think now around here, it's all adults, and I'll be honest with you. If I had like a regular yard and, I had to let Daisy out and every time I went out there, there was a rattler. I'd probably chop him into a million pieces. I mean, I got my limits on this shit. And like Marty's got grandchildren, and if they didn't want to go out and play because of venomous snakes were all over, I'd probably kill those too. But minus that, minus I just couldn't. I'm not going to start losing pets and worry about kids getting bit. Trying to keep snakes, it just sucks. But I would not allow them to be around here where people could get bit regularly. But the likelihood of that is so zero. As you saw in that particular instance, that snake just looked at me. I didn't pose a threat, never rattled his rattles, and just went about his way. It's no different than a turtle or a frog. They got about 8 brain cells, and he was just going and setting up for, they're ambush predators. They camouflage themselves so well, they wait for something to walk by and then they strike it, and you are so fucked. That's got both neurotoxin and hemotoxin. In other words, it clots your blood. You might have a heart attack, go into anaphylactic shock, as well as have immediate nerve damage and killing off of the tissues. It's the worst venom you can get bit by in the United States. Hey, aliens, how you doing? All right, Rob. Hey, Nathan. What's the most important thing you've learned in life? Yeah, I'll tell you, it's funny you should ask me, and I was just thinking about that a little while ago. The most important thing that I've learned in life is to just be true to yourself, and irregardless of religion. Uh, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a religious guy, a Christian, but the Bible has a lot of great parables and examples. And as I said all along, even though I'm not a Christian, if a Christian lived a life like the Bible said they should, you'd have the greatest neighbors in the world. I mean, there's some really good ideas, but one of the main themes of the Bible is with knowledge comes accountability. And what that means is once you know better, you're not supposed to be doing fucked up shit, even if no one's around watching. And for the last going on 9 years, I've lived my life like that. I mean, I was a pretty good guy, but if I'd have found a wallet with 10 grand in it, you'd have got your license back and not the 10 grand. And I'd had relationships with people and bullshitted them into thinking it was more than just good head. And let's see, let me another example. I realize that people in this world don't have the tools necessary to get as lucky as I have, considered some of the fucked up shit I did. So the biggest lesson I've learned in life is be a good person, irregardless of religious beliefs, and always behave in a manner as if there was a supreme being and that you didn't want to disappoint them. Not God, like how a Christian would think. In other words, I know the difference between right and wrong, and I don't do anything wrong. I don't. I mean, yeah, I'm big into porn and blowjobs and strip clubs and shit like that, but that's really nothing. That all goes back to that original sin horse shit in religion. So, in other words, when I'm out in this world every day, I don't let myself get slack or lazy or do fucked up bullshit. Now, as you know, and that's probably why you're on this channel, I was interviewing prostitutes because I had a genuine interest in doing that. And over the course of the time, I realized that these people weren't getting any better. 99% of the time, it was a lie. As a matter of fact, that's a perfect example. Gerald called me the other day high on crack. He's living with Tassie now. I'm just done with that. I realized that those are just a bad group of people to be around. And that's why on YouTube, when I suspect someone's lying and trying to brag and cause trouble, they're gone. I don't give a fuck if they've been here since day one. And you're never going to find an inconsistency in that. So I know, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but I know the kind of people that I don't want around here. And as you know, it's never been, like, share, subscribe, none of that fucking bullshit. So when I catch somebody doing some bullshit like they do on one of these stalker drama channels, they could have been a moderator from day one. They're gone. And you could say, well, that's very harsh. Yeah, well, maybe it is, but you know what? It's a private channel. Now, if I had to work with their dumbass, or they were my neighbor, I may have to put up with their bullshit. But because I'm not looking for a job, running for office, trying to impress anybody, I can afford to be honest to me and you. Good morning, Penny. No, he's with Tassie now. I don't think Maddie's anywhere around. Honestly, I don't even want to fuck with those people. I don't want to have anything to do with them. I don't care. I mean, I really wish the best for them, but uh, I don't want to fool with these drug addicts anymore. I don't care if I got 10 million views. I mean, don't you think that I know? I mean, even before I moved down here, like 4 years ago, I quit doing that because there was just no end game as far as like doing something good. I learned the hard way. I'm thankful for it. And I realized that I don't want to have anything to do with people in that lifestyle. There's too many decent people, like around here as an example, that maybe need help fixing something or a few bucks to fix a roof because they have a tarp on it. You know, people that just don't have the tools and skills to make enough money to survive a problem. Those are the kind of people I'd like to help. And of course, animals. Animals. Yeah. No, I just don't want to fucking do it. I mean, there's just too many. I know what that brings. And it's the old thing, and I constantly talk about this. Walks like a duck, flies like a duck, swims like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a fucking duck. And when I see all the attributes, whether you're a drug dealer, a drama channel, a troublemaker, a scammer, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Hit the fucking road. And I tell motherfuckers all the time. There's a couple I got in my chamber here. I'm going to tell next time I see them. Look, man, this is how exactly I do. And I walk up to them and I say, hey, look, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. When you see me, just keep walking. I don't want to be saying hi. I don't want to chit chat. I don't want you fucking calling me, texting me. And everybody knows around here, do not stop by here. I do not want fucking visitors. None. Now, you know, I go to certain things where I get, like, I'll give you an example, the Valdalia Onion Festival. I get a big bag of onions for the 4 neighbors that I have. That's it. And they're really not neighbors. There's 4 houses on a 5-mile long dirt road. Don't really know them. And I drop them off onions or whatever. Sometimes I get bagels, you know, something good someplace where I happen to be. Pecans, some shit like that. And I always give them a bag of whatever. And this is what I say to them. Enjoy these. This is for never stopping by. And nobody ever asks me what I'm talking about. You follow me? It's a duck. Fuck yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't feel bad for trying to help them. And let me tell you, if everybody thought like I did, nobody'd ever get better with regard to drug addicts. Because I just know what it's like. It's like I don't want a girlfriend anyway. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's pretty damn unlikely. But I don't want an alcoholic fucking girlfriend. I know this. I don't give a fuck how good they are, how good looking, whatever. I know what that brings. Okay? And I don't want it. I don't want it in my life. I don't. And another thing I've learned in life that every time you try to hedge your bet, you're going to pay the piper big time. In other words, you know what the deal is. Just be smart enough to balance the fucking scale. Let me give you an example. This is the crudest way possible. Say you meet some girl, like we get a lot of low paying labor. This is a broke area, okay? And I run into women all the time that work in these gas stations. And I mean, I'm not bragging, but I go in and buy $300 or $500 worth of lottery tickets all the fucking time. And it's probably stupid to do, but it isn't affecting my lifestyle anyway, and it's kind of fun. And when they see you buying shit like that, they think that's going to lead to a better life with an older, lonely guy. Now, if I was younger and stupid, I would be dumb enough to think that, well, yeah, you know, some of them are super cute, but I know better because I know what comes around with it. I know what comes with that package. I'm not, I mean, these murder channels, these crime channels, they're filled with guys just like me getting killed because they stick their neck out there and they actually think that this cute white trash scam and cute girl is they're going to live happily ever after because they're going to be able to live with them in that one. No way. You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. So I know better. And to be honest with you, I mean, I like the idea of it. As a single male that, likes porn, who wouldn't like a young, nice, cute, white trash dummy living with you? Well, I know better. That's how mature I've gotten. I mean, I like the idea of it a little bit, but I'd never do that. And to be honest with you, I think any guy my age that has a young girlfriend is exploiting him. I don't give a fuck what she says, and she says she's there voluntary. It's not normal for a young girl to be with an old guy other than through money. And I think that's not a good. It circles back to knowing right from wrong. You can't be doing this kind of shit. So even though I'd like to screw him, I don't, because it's not a good thing to do. Not necessarily a moral implication, but with knowledge comes accountability. I know that they're vulnerable, they're impressed, they think they're going to, just hook up with me, and it's just a bad situation for everybody. Yeah, it's just a bad situation for everybody. So skip it. That's what I think. I know better. I'm not doing any stupid shit like that. No way. Now, I do see people around here from time to time. I'll give you an example. Now, there's certain things that you don't want to say on YouTube because you know that, the people that don't like you think you're an exploiter and you're help ending their lives and all this stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. But I'll give you an example. So I went in and bought some lottery. Last night, I don't know if anybody hit it or not, but the Powerball was like 528 million. Just fucking around buying a few tickets. And there's a bunch of drunk black guys out front that I see all the time. I gave them $100 for beer. Now you can say, "Oh, that's fucking terrible. If they were white, you wouldn't do that." And look, man, nothing is going to change this group of guys from being alcoholics, and that's my decision to make. And they're going to drink one way or the other. And when I do shit like that, I think it's just going to keep them from washing people's window at the stop sign in a 100-degree day. And that's why I do it. Maybe not the most ideal circumstance to donate money, but I think at least this poor motherfucker isn't going to have to be washing windows in a 102-degree day for beer money. Today he's going to get a day off. The same thing, the same way I looked at it with prostitutes sucking dicks. I looked at it the same way. Oh, yeah, you're enabling, you're killing people. What if the $10 was the last one? Fuck you. That's my heartfelt message to you. What I mean by that, too, is if I can take any woman and she sucks 10 less dicks that day, I've done a good deed. That's why I do it. So you can call it whatever you want. I don't give a fuck because you're not doing anything about it. I'm going to keep doing it, and that's why I do it. Rather than sucking 10 dicks, you're going to be able to just lay around, not do shit, and that's why I do it. Same with the alcoholic. Do I do it every day? Is it a lifestyle? No, I don't. It's my business. That's what I'm doing. Fuck everybody that doesn't agree with me. That's right. That's what's going to happen, goddammit. You better believe it. Hey, you know what I'm starting to believe? You know what I'm starting to think? I think fucking YouTube. I quit monetizing, which bought me some time, but I think YouTube is cutting my comments off on my lives. Yeah, 'cause I haven't had a comment since Penny. It's a duck, and I don't have any new comments, and I have like a 2 gigabyte speeds, which is smoking. I mean, whole hospitals run the speeds off I have. It's a long story. It's when Obama was around. That's why I have it down here. But this is happening to me more and more, and I think they're just cutting me off from talking this shit. Now I think that they're afraid of me, of people randomly coming on my channel and listen to this shit, because this is the backside of them being worried about putting advertising on videos that aren't monetized. See, they monetize everything now, even if it's for them and it's not for you. They get the money, but you don't. See, in the old days, it wasn't like that. So now I think YouTube, their software is recognizing me talking shit, You know, it hears blowjobs, it hears uh, shit like that, and it just cuts me off. This is happening more and more because right now I have no comments past pennies. It's a duck. That's like 5 minutes ago. So that's bullshit. And let me give you another example of what I learned in life. Uh, like I don't, you know, create. You know how all this stuff got here is a big mystery. I think people are really stupid. I don't think it. I mean, it's great. We can go to Mars and make microchips and all that stuff, but there's something way bigger than this. And I don't think it's like Jesus born in a manger and a virgin birth and all this bullshit. I just don't buy into it. I think Adam and Eve's story is just a joke. Noah's Ark's ridiculous. Talking in tongues is hilarious. Walking on water is even more absurd. I think it's all just bullshit. Burning bushes, just all a bunch of misconstrued rumors. I think Jesus was around. He was a good guy. But just like the Jews, I don't think he was the son of any creator at all. He was a prophet like the rest of them. Just a regular guy doing good things. So, which brings you back to the question of, well, why is all this shit? Fuck, I don't know. I'm never going to know. Only a stupid human would think they should be privy to how everything occurred. So, but I do think this. It's so miraculous and so unbelievable that I'm very reluctant to like disturb things. Like take as an example, a butterfly. You know, I'm careful. I don't even. I got spiders making webs on inside of my house along the jambs of my window, and it's just a fucking spider that just got here somehow. I don't know. And he's making his web, living, not fucking with anybody. It's not venomous. I have a hard time cleaning the windowsills out when I realize how much work this little fucker meant spinning this web, and all he's doing is trying to survive. So it's these kind of things that I pay a lot of attention to. So, you know, there's a flower right there, a butterfly right there. I'm very respectful to anything living. There's a butterfly right there. So, you know, that guy doesn't have any problem at all. Everybody thinks he's beautiful. They'll put milkweed out. They're not going to kill him. But other things, people just go out of their way to try and extinguish. Yeah, I do kill cockroaches if I see one and stuff like that. That's only because they can transmit a virus. Here's another thing, too. It comes down to me or them. It comes down to me or them. Either I'm going to die because they transmitted a virus or I'm not. So there is a pyramid on, you know, kind of in a way the fittest survive. So I'm not going to let something end my life prematurely. I'm going to end theirs. It's just the way I look at it. It sucks. Yeah, these fuckers are definitely cutting off my goddamn comments now. That's for sure. They really are. Hey, I'm going to sign off and sign right back on. See if it helps. I'm going to sign right back on.